Alright, brother, this is Madmaxed again with a raid video. And if you would, please subscribe to the channel. Give it a thumbs up if you like. Leave me some comments. If you got any questions or anything, I'll try to get back to you. I realize I haven't been posting much in the last month or so. I've had a lot of going on in my personal life, and I'm sorry about that. But I'm back. I'm going to try to post one or two videos every day. Right now, I want to talk about the summon rush that we got going on. This thing costs 20 sacred shards, or, you know, it's going to be 4 times as many void shards, a little bit over 4 times as many void shards. So it's about 80 void shards. It would be 500 of the ancient shards, or any combination of that. I mean, it's like if you've got 10 voids laying around, you got 40 void shards, you can just about get, this champ. Now, this champ is incredibly good. I pulled him with some blue shards about 2 weeks or so ago. I don't have his masteries done out. I don't have him booked out completely. I wish I had him booked out completely, and I wish I had his masteries done. But, I've been working on my clan boss team to get it a little bit better, and I do have it better. But the thing is, right now, that wasn't one of my highest priority. I've got a lot of nukers, but he is an incredible nuker. I mean, he will probably be my nuker from now on. Once I get him booked out, he's probably going to be my nuker for my clan boss, for my arena team. Now, when we go in, let's take a look at him right off the bat. He is in 2 sets of resilient gear. Now, if I'm going to put him in clan boss, I'm going to probably pull this off and put stalwart gear on him. But right now he's in this because each set of this gives you 10% more defense and 10% more HP. He is a defensive-based champ. I mean, when you look at his skills, everything is defense. Now, his defense is only like 4,200. I could probably get him up to about 60 if I got rid of the crit damage glove and I put the crit damage glove and put a defensive glove on him. But I don't want to do that. I mean, he does a lot of damage. I've got his crit damage up to like 242. His crit rate is at 83%. I wish it were a little bit higher, but some of the rows just didn't go into where it should have went. Like I got no rows into the crit rate. I would rather had one row into it, and I'd have got it up about 90 or so. And and the other rows, they're like one there, none there. I got unlucky on both of the legendary pieces. Now, and of course, he's got a 50% crit defensive chest piece. I probably need to get that off and get a 60 on him. I did get 2 crit rates to go into this, and that's probably the reason I put it on here in the first place. And so I try to get the crit rate with the subsets, and I try to put a crit damage glove on people that does a lot of damage to do as much as I can get. He's got a crit damage. He's got a crit damage amulet on. He's got an accuracy banner, and I've got other accuracy banners that are epic, but they didn't have the speed rolls in them. Now, you want the accuracy on him because he does debuff a lot. Okay, his passive is whenever an ally is attacked and an enemy is under a hex debuff, this champion has a 50% chance of teaming up and joining the allied for the attack. Usually this thing does a lot of times like 60k worth of damage or 70 on that attack. Now you're talking about if you've got 4 other guys, you're going to go twice, so that's 140k worth of damage extra around. So if you put him into clan boss even, so that's 140k. If you had a counter on, be 210 plus his attacks. Now his A3, he attacks all enemies 2 times. The first hit removes all buffs from each target. Then the second hit places a hex debuff for 2 turns. All right, so he attacks all enemies. He has a 75% chance, 100 when it's booked, of placing the decreased defense and decreased attack, the strong version debuff for 2 turns on the enemy under a hex debuff. Well, he's going to be hexed. And if you were going to put him in clan boss, you would take somebody like Godseeker or somebody like that in. It would extend the buffs. It would always be up all the time. Every time the X would be up. Or you could just make him fast enough, that he's not that far off from Nightmare right now. About 20 more speed, and he could actually keep this up by himself. You know, the hex debuff up on it all the time anyway. But if you've got an extender, you can do it that way. All right, so then he places that decreased defense and that decreased attack. That's great for clan boss if you don't have somebody else that's doing that. He has a 60% chance once he's booked out of doing an HP burn. As you'll notice, I got unlucky and everything went into the A1, and I didn't get all the stuff in the A2 or the A3. And it happens. I mean, you know, he's got a great aura for clan boss too. He has an increased allied defense in all battles by 30%. All around, he's a really good champion. I mean, you know, he hits like a brick. You know, he hits like a ton of bricks. I mean, you know, I don't have his masteries done out. I mean, you know, I've got parts of them, but I'll probably finish those up on the next clan versus clan. But his masters are just going to look like this set. I mean, you know, I'm going to come down, get the War Master, get the Lords of Steel, get the increased the debuff for the 30%. It's going to be the same ones. You don't have to go with that. You could take I mean, you know, I would go with the support line for the extra accuracy because you want those debuffs to stick. And so if you're going to sit down and take that line, I would take the defensive line maybe because he is a defensive player, and you could go that round. So let's go in. Let me see if I can find an arena team to kind of hit at. Okay, so I doubt. Then this team may have, but you see, it has all of the shields on everybody. I don't know if she'll hit them and remove all of them. She didn't, but he will finish removing them if he had enough accuracy to do that with that one. But you see, he took down 2 out of the 3. The other one's almost dead. Uglo, he's almost done. And then, of course, he sat down and stoned himself, and it's over. I mean, he hits extremely hard. And, you know, and that's what you want for a nuker. I mean, you know, he does really well. This one is probably a piece of cake. They've got no speed, but they've got Cardinal in here. And, of course, you know, she's going to have the set where she's stoned. Then this works just fine as long as you're not facing somebody with Lydia that won't allow it. Now, I'm going to slow this down, let you see the damage that he does. And you see he did 25, 29 damage. He did 54k worth of damage to this. And he almost killed that thing, you know. And so that one wound up killing it to the end. Now, let me speed it back up. She tries to res. Of course, Lydia keeps the res down. You know, so let me just let it auto because it's easy to finish this up. I mean, it could auto the whole thing anyway. We're just waiting for the stone gear to wear off, and it'll be over. And the reason you really want, I mean, I want a lot more accuracy than what I've got on him. I mean, that because you want that hex debuff to stick, because when he joins in with that hex, he literally goes through and does so much damage, even for that, you know, when he helps attack and stuff. So I'm going to slow it down again. And this, he did 25k worth of damage, and he's probably tanky as all get out. See, she only did 7. I mean, he hits really hard. I mean, you know, they've got to have a whole lot of defense to be able to deter him. So he hits really hard. He removes those debuffs. I mean, that's what you're looking for. I mean, people love Madden because she removes all the buffs off of everybody. He does the same thing. Then he hacks everybody. And then whenever somebody else attacks, he joins in with the attacks. And he does some really good damage with that. If I go into a dungeon, let's see, I'll go into Ice Golem. Let's just do Ice Golem normal 20. I actually have a hard team that does, but like when you go through and you watch, now, she did 7K. He did. I'm just going to speed it up and let the thing go through. And he dropped all the defenses down on everybody. Which is kind of nice because, Lydia's cooldown's not there for it. I mean, y'all having the weaken and the defense drop both really increases your damage. But, just having one of them helps, you get 50 or 60% more damage. And having both of them almost doubles your damage as far as the damage when she does both of them. If you'll notice, this team this team has so much poison. I mean, you're talking about. I've got Dark Kale on this team. He poisons like crazy. You've got Nox that poisons. You've got Marother that poisons. Everybody here except for Lydia and our nice new green-headed guy poisons. And so see, he did 57. He joined in here. Let me slow this down a little bit. See, he joined in. He did 61K worth of damage. For him joining in, 40, 69, 41. I mean, you look at the damage that he's doing an incredible amount of damage to everything. See, he follows. He didn't get a crit, unfortunately, but and so that's what he does. I mean, he's a great champ to have. He's really great in arena. I haven't tried him out, and I haven't tried him out in the Hydra yet. I'm sure he'll do well in Hydra. I know I've had him through every dungeon. He's great in the dungeons. He's great in arena. Once I get him booked out, I'm probably going to gear him up probably to do clan boss, and I'm sure he'll be well in clan boss even. But I've got a really good clan boss team right now anyway, so I don't really want to do too much with that. But so if you've got the shards and you want to pull him, he's well worth it. I mean, because you're probably, if you take 20 yellow shards, sacred shards, you're probably going to pull another legendary. So it's like getting 2 legendaries for 1. And he's well worth it. I mean, he's, like I said, he's only going to get better when I book him out and I finish his masteries up. But he's really good. But guys, that's the video. I want to thank everybody for watching. I hope everybody has a good day. And please remember to subscribe. And like I said, I'm be back and I'm going to start making a lot more videos lately.